early for whatever reason, it will be recorded. So we are live. So good morning, everyone. Chris Sack here in San Diego. Today we are covering a different topic. Some of you have probably never heard of, some of you have. But it's one of my favorite trainings that I do with agents and brokerages across the country. And it's this fancy marketing term I learned 15 years ago in college called the SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis is a fancy way of saying identifying your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in your business. And so most agents never really take the time to kind of sit down and be the CEO of their business and get either outside perspective or consulting, or really identify what something like a threat is in their real estate business. I know a threat sounds like something dangerous, like fire hazards, you hear sirens. But the truth of the matter is there's a lot of threats in your business as a real estate agent that if you're not doing, can be really, really damaging to your business. So we're going to cover all of these topics here today. As I mentioned, this is going to be recorded. The other thing is this training is a lot more interactive. So if you are someone that likes to take notes, we're actually going to be pausing, and actually I'm going to have you actually do some homework while we're on this call. And I always encourage agents to do that because you'll get the most out of it if you really, hold the mirror here during this call and really analyze and ask yourself some of these questions. So if someone could right now, just send me a chat, let me know you guys can hear me. And then we will go ahead and dive in, but I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself right now. So if someone could send me a message and just say, hey, Chris, we can hear you. And then the other thing is I did mute everyone, so I can't actually hear any of you. So if you could just send me a chat message, let me know that you can hear me. Anyone, Bueller. Joan, can you send? There we go. Thank you. All right. So a SWOT analysis, as I mentioned, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we'll start with the positive, and then we'll talk about some of the other things. So let's talk about strengths. So when you're sitting down and you're analyzing your business as a real estate agent, most agents, and this is kind of a stereotype, but most agents, they tend to do a really good job of generating business from their past clients. That's something, I would say 95% of the clients that I work with, majority of their business comes from past clients. So they've got like this referral tree in their backyard, and it just keeps them, keeps them busy, keeps their kids fed. And so that's, some different type of strengths. So we're going to take a minute here. And if you would just think about a few different strengths that you actually have in your business. So as you see here on your screen, hopefully you can see my screen. I wrote a few strengths that typically a lot of real estate agents have. So lots of referral business from past clients. With Key Realty, you guys obviously have CRM technology. In my opinion, mortgage, the market and mortgage rates are good right now. So those are a couple of things that I think you have going for you. But if you could, I'm going to give you guys about 90 seconds. And if you could, go ahead and write out a few strengths that you currently have in your business. And we're going to, as I mentioned, this is going to be a discussion. So we're going to take about 90 seconds here and write out a few strengths that you have in your business. Looks like we have some agents hop on here as well. So today we are going over what's called a SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in your business. And so right now we're taking about another 60 seconds and identify a few strengths that you feel you have as a real estate agent in your business. And if anyone could share just one of your strengths that you feel is in your business right now. And like I said at the beginning of this call, get a piece of paper out or, pull up a Google Doc, start taking some notes, but I would love for you to get the most out of this training here today. So someone send over in chat any strengths that you have in your business. All right. So someone said that they do some events for their past clients. So I'm assuming that means like you do like an annual party, like a Christmas holiday party type of a thing. But that's great. Someone else sponsoring local kids stuff. That's great. These are some good ideas here. So as I mentioned with some of the strengths, and see a couple more people signing on here as well. So just to recap, we are going over today what's called a SWOT analysis in your business, which is identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And right now we're spending just a couple more seconds identifying any strengths that you have as a real estate agent in your business. So I've gotten a couple examples here via chat. Once again, I can't hear you, so send a chat over. Some of those examples you guys have already given me is you do like an annual party or you do like an event for your clients. A few other strengths that I listed off here. You get a lot of referral business. So I always joke with agents and say it's like you got a referral tree in your backyard. So a lot of agents tend to do a really good job with their past clients, and that's where a bulk of their business. Any other examples that you have for strengths? I'll give you guys about another 10 seconds, and then we'll move on to how we can really dive into more and more of these strengths as well. All righty. So let's talk about these strengths and how we can continue to make these strengths in your business. So past clients, this is a great example. Majority of my clients, a lot of their business is coming from past clients. So what I would recommend doing, a really simple thing is if you've got KV Core or you've got, Google Calendar or you're using Outlook, what I would recommend doing is, so today is May 29th. Go and take a look at your business that you did in May of 2018 or 2017. Take a look at the last, few Mays, the last few years, and simply pick up the phone and call your past clients today that you closed last May. So let's say that you sold John and Jill Anderson a house, and today is actually their year anniversary that they moved in. Call them, just pick up the phone and call them and just tell them that. If you have a good relationship with them, shoot them a text or send them a Facebook message. I have some clients, they'll send a $50 gift card every year on the anniversary, so send them over a Home Depot gift card. Otherwise, just simply pick up the phone and reach out to those clients that you sold last May and say, hey, Jill, want to just check in and actually congratulate you because you've actually been a homeowner for exactly a year. How's the family? How's your dog Sprinkles doing? How are the kids? Have you guys done any modifications? What's been the biggest fun of home ownership? And then obviously at the end of that call, hey, do you know anyone, that's looking to buy or sell right now? I'd love to help them. And I also do a referral credit. So I have some clients that have mixed feelings about that, but at the end of the day, just making sure that you're, staying top of mind, with your past clients. The other thing is we talked about having a CRM. So having a CRM technology, what I would recommend doing and a way you can really build onto these strengths is get into KV Core or whatever CRM that you're using and send out, an email. And it can be simply a video email, or it can just be an email of you telling people, about what's been going on in your business this year. This is a great way for, hey, first quarter's over. What was the biggest thing that you accomplished in 2019? Here's mine. It can be something like that where you're just simply touching base with them. But use your CRM, upload all of your past clients into Conversion, into KV Core, and, use a hashtag for past clients. The other thing is I have a lot of clients that use a technology called Sly Broadcast. Sly Broadcast is a really cool, it's called ringless voicemails. But what you can do is you can upload all of your past clients into Sly Broadcast. And I actually just did this for one of my clients last week. He uploaded his list of, he had like almost 300 past clients. He's been in the business a while. And he just simply left them a voicemail. And it was a voicemail, he scripted out and he thought about something creative to say. But it's just a great way for him to touch base with his past clients. And he got a bunch of text messages back. Hey, Jimmy, thanks for touching base. We're doing well. Yeah, you could send me a list of like investor properties. So it's just a great way for you to keep top of mind. The big thing is obviously continue to, whatever your strengths are in your business, To continue to just tap into those. The other one, talking about the market right now. I would recommend going on Facebook and posting something on your business page, on your personal page, and talk about the market. Now, don't just go on and say something broad like, hey, now's a great time to buy, the market's good. But get on there and educate people a little bit. So, hey, right now, just wanted to educate you guys. Right now, the average property staying on the market 22 days. And typically most, properties are getting multiple offers. What that means is if you're thinking of buying or selling, now's a good time. However, I would recommend, blah, blah, blah. But updating people about, the things that are good going on in your business. The other thing that you can simply do is tag your past clients. So if they have a birthday and you've got a good relationship with them, say, hey, happy birthday, Kevin Smith, client who recently purchased a house in New Baltimore. You can tag your clients and just be human, interact with your past clients and engage with them. One last thing I'll share about strengths, and it's a principle I actually just learned last week that I thought was brilliant with social media. And it's the rule of threes. So what you'll do every single day is send 3 Facebook messages to your past clients. Send 3. So you pick a client and just send them a message. Make it personal. So maybe it's John Smith. But, if I were you right now, write out a list of 3 people that are past clients that you've been thinking about. Maybe it is someone you ran into the grocery store. Maybe it's someone you saw at a Little League game. So the rule of 3, send a Facebook message to 3 people. The other thing is comment on 3 posts today. So that can be your friends. That can be your past clients. That can be, a random inspirational quote you saw from Tony Robbins. Do 3 comments. And the big reason why you're doing that is Facebook algorithm. It actually shows you people who you're engaging with and they're engaging. So if you comment on their post, they'll start to see actually more of your post because Facebook's saying, oh, Chris has actually interacted with this person. And then the last thing is I would recommend doing 3 posts every single day as well. So that can be 1 post on Facebook. That can be a Facebook Live. That can be an Instagram story. That can be an Instagram post. Or that can just be something that you simply share an article of something recently. Now, any agents who aren't doing social media right now, maybe you want to back off that a little bit and maybe start doing it once a week. But it's the rule of 3s. So send 3 people messages, comment on 3 people's posts. And then the third thing is try and do 3 posts a day. And so that's just, great ways to really tap into some of these strengths that you have in your real estate business. Any other strengths that you as agents have in your business right now? Once again, I can't hear you guys. So if you could send over a chat message, any other good things that you've done maybe for your real estate business that you consider like a strength. And it's okay. I know real estate agents love talking about themselves. So I'm giving you an opportunity here. But any other strengths? Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next one, which is weaknesses. All right. I always take the awkward silence as a good thing. So next up is weaknesses. Now, I'm getting ready to tell you your baby's ugly, and this is an uncomfortable one for a lot of real estate agents. You don't want to, think about your weaknesses or potentially spots in your real estate business where maybe you're falling short. So some weaknesses. This is kind of piggybacking off of actually some of the strengths. So a lot of agents, they come to me and say, Chris, I haven't followed up with my past clients in years, or I don't have all my past clients in a database. And so if we could, right now, we're going to spend about 90 seconds. If you could write out a list of maybe 2 or 3 things that you feel are, kind of weaknesses. These could be goals that you have on your whiteboard. Maybe this is something back in January. This is one of your goals for 2019. So identify right now some weaknesses that you have in your business. And we're going to spend about, we won't take as much time here, but we'll take about 60 seconds. You guys could write out a couple weaknesses that you feel you have in your business right now. Any weaknesses? A couple other examples while you guys are thinking, ways to market to your past clients. Maybe a weakness is you should be doing social media and you're not. Maybe you've always wanted to do postcards. Every Christmas you send out like a holiday postcard to all your clients. Maybe you're not doing any video yet, and you've heard so much about video in 2019 and you're not doing it. Maybe that's a weakness in your business. Maybe you've heard about doing more texting and less calling of your leads, and you haven't done that. Maybe it's you haven't left a voicemail for a past client in forever. Maybe it's you've wanted to do an event for your past clients and you haven't. So if we could, we'll spend about another 30 seconds, and if anyone could send over a message of maybe a weakness that you feel that you have in your business. All right, so I got one response, and this is a great one. I appreciate you sharing this. And that is a weakness is they don't call the new leads that they have as often as they know they should. And that's a great challenge for yourself, and that's a problem a lot of real estate agents have. I was actually reading an article the other day that it takes 18 attempts with a new real estate lead to actually get it into a conversation. So yeah, if you're only following up, maybe you get a new lead today, you're calling them today, you call them again tomorrow, you call them again next week and they don't answer and you kind of give up. You just let the system kind of do its thing. That's a great one. Any others? Any other weaknesses that you feel that you could be improving or working on in your business? not calling past clients. That's another great one. It's very, very common. Any other weaknesses here? Feel free. Once again, I can't hear you guys, so send over a chat. I'll give you about another 10 seconds here. All right, so let's talk about some of these. Consistent lead follow-up, for example. There's some great tools out there, obviously. So with weaknesses, you need to do something about those weaknesses. Now, there's a huge difference between just, something that's a weakness or something we're going to talk about here in a couple minutes, which is, maybe a threat to your business. But yeah, with the weaknesses, it is something that I recommend chipping away at. I mean, me personally, I spend every single Friday at 1 p.m. I block off an hour in my calendar for what I call personal development. So that whether that's me watching a webinar or a seminar, whether that's me just making sure I get reorganized from the week or kind of set myself up for the weekend or the next week. But for me, personally, one thing I have to work on is really scheduling stuff out and sticking to my calendar. I'm very task oriented, so I love to-do lists, and I have a to-do list for my to-do list. But, for you as an agent as well, I think consistent lead follow-up, a big part of it is just scheduling it. So, in KV Core, that's learning how to schedule your next call. So that way, all you have to do is log into KV Core and see, oh, okay, these are the 10 calls I have to make today. The other piece is, if there's anything in your business that you can do, with automation. So I don't know if anyone's heard of a company called Zapier, but Zapier does a lot of automation for a lot of real estate agents. So it can automatically, for example, you take one of your Facebook leads and automatically put it into KV Core. And then it can automatically put it into MailChimp if you want to do like an email blast. Or it can automatically put you into a tool like Fly Broadcast where you can leave voicemails. So think about ways to automate your business as well with some of these weaknesses. But yeah, let me see what else. The other thing I think with weaknesses is accountability. This is something I think it's really beneficial for me in my business, and I would encourage for you as an agent as well. Find another agent in your office and tell them what you're struggling with. Hey, I want to consistently more follow up with my leads, and then maybe you guys schedule a call where every single week, maybe it's Monday at 11 a.m. You guys meet for an hour and you just pound the phones together. Create accountability though. Tell other people where you're falling short or ask for help. Find another top agent in the office and ask if they can mentor you. Reach out to Joan and see if there's a specific training on maybe something that you feel you're falling short with. But with weaknesses, it is something I don't think that you should just completely ignore. We should always be growing and improving. The other thing is I'm a big fan of YouTube. You can jump on YouTube for pretty much anything, and there's a video that someone's made somewhere. But I mean, if you're struggling with cold calling, there's a ton of sales guru. There's a guy, obviously you got your Tony Robbins, you've got your Grant Cardones, your Gary Vaynerchuk's. There's a ton of real estate agents, Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, all these different real estate coaches that have free content out there on YouTube. So jump on YouTube in one of your areas of weakness. Maybe every Friday at 2 p.m., you spend an hour watching a video about how to do a more effective cold call or some weakness that you feel that you've got in your business. So that's with the weaknesses. Let me just read any other questions that have come through. All right, we're good. So let's go to the next one, which is opportunities. I'm a big fan of opportunities. I'm a glasses half full kind of a guy. I think that's the right way of saying it, but I'm an optimistic guy. So I'm trying to look for the positive in everything. I love opportunities. You as a real estate agent have massive opportunities with technology these days. So when we're looking at, the SWOT analysis, we've talked about strengths, we've talked about some of the weaknesses. Now let's talk about opportunities. What do you feel is a gold mine in your business right now? Is that a new development that's getting developed, the next street over? Is that a massive opportunity? Is it your lender just told you they're willing to chip in and give you $1,000 a month to spend on co-marketing? Is it you just got a huge, massive tax refund? Or maybe your kid graduated and now you've got a little more free time. What is that opportunity for you in your business? So I listed a few opportunities here. Facebook ads is one. If you're not doing Facebook ads, you need to do Facebook ads like yesterday. You can honestly spend $5 a day and Facebook would change your business. And I'm saying that I've never been more convinced of a marketing platform as I am with Facebook and what Facebook's doing. But Facebook is a massive opportunity in your business. Using KV Core to generate free leads. Whether that's the Craigslist auto poster, whether that's, setting up squeeze pages and landing pages. Maybe an opportunity is you starting to do email blast or text blast, with past clients. Maybe you wanted to start doing more partnerships. So you want to start working with, insurance reps or title companies or mortgage reps. Co-marketing. Co-marketing is a great way for you to have a bigger marketing budget without you spending more money. Maybe that's reaching out to some of your past clients, some of your lenders. Maybe you haven't talked to them in a while. Maybe that's asking them to go out to lunch and seeing how you can help them in their business. But let's spend 60 seconds, and I want you guys to list a few opportunities that you feel that you've got in your business right now. So this is the positive part of this conversation. I love talking about this. So if you guys could, let's take 60 seconds, write out a few ideas of what you feel are opportunities in your business, and we'll go ahead and continue here in just a moment. Spend about another 20 seconds. List out any opportunities. And if you guys could just share via the chat any opportunities that you feel that you've got right now in your business. I love this one. Love this one. Thank you. Keep the comments and the questions coming, guys. All right, about another 10 seconds and we will continue. What are some opportunities you have in your business? So this comment I got is absolutely massive, and that is wanting to use social media. Where do you start with this one? But you talk about a massive opportunity. So I'd like to ask that, that particular agent that asked that question, is it a certain type of social media, or what do you mean by social media? And I'm going to kind of, while I wait for a response from that, I'm going to talk about that a little bit further. So obviously I do social media marketing for a living. So I'm doing Facebook, Google, Instagram ads. I dabble with, LinkedIn and also Twitter ads as well. But for the most part, my bread and butter has really been, Facebook and Instagram. Really the last year and a half, it's changed dramatically in my business personally. So with using social media, there's two ways to use social media. Obviously, there's the free way where you generate, you start to post on Facebook. Maybe you set up your own personal Facebook business page. Maybe you're creating a Facebook group to create like kind of your own community, and you're becoming like the digital mayor of your town. Maybe it's you actually engaging in Facebook groups. So maybe there's like a mom-to-mom group, or there's like a local community group in your area, and that's a way for you to start using social media. Maybe it's just for you to really use social media to educate yourself a little bit more. So these are all obviously free options. So there's the free option of social media, and then there's the paid option of social media. One thing a lot of agents are baffled when they start working with me is how little money you actually need to market yourself on Facebook. I'm not kidding. I have some clients that only spend $80 a month on Facebook, and they're doing really, really well. So you can do Facebook post. You can boost your post, which is basically just a steroid shot in the arm of one of your, Facebook posts that you're doing. The other one that you can do is Facebook ads. Facebook ads is a really, really brilliant way of using social media. But yeah, social media is a massive opportunity. And for anyone listening that's wanting to get into that, if you need help with that, feel free to reach out. There's a lot of different Facebook groups I'm a part of as well that I learned from other marketing gurus, real estate marketing gurus. But yeah, social media, that's a big one. Another comment I saw here that I love is video, posting videos. I don't know if you guys have seen the dramatic shift that's happening, but marketing in general, if you go on Facebook or you go anywhere online, you're going to start to see more and more and more video. Video's not going anywhere. Video is the new medium. It's the new TV ads. So video is absolutely huge. So yeah, that's a great one. So with video, a few different suggestions is you don't need to be professional. Let me say that again. You don't need a really professional setting to make videos, meaning you don't have to hire a $3,000-$4,000 videographer to come in. You have light and makeup, all of that. You have your cell phone in your pocket. So when I say you don't need to be professional, that's what I mean. Take out your cell phone and just start doing video. If you don't know how to do video, ask someone in your office, or go out in public, or go to Starbucks and look at any little 15-year-old kid and go up to them and say, hey, how do I do a Facebook Live? Or hey, how do I do Instagram Live? But yeah, start filming and start doing something somewhere. There's a great gentleman, actually, he was named like the #1 video influencer in the real estate industry. He's actually out here in San Diego, Kyle Whistle with Whistle Realty. If you want, write his name down, Whistle, and it's actually spelled WHISSEL, Whistle Realty. And he is killing it on video. And he actually teaches a lot of courses. There's a bunch of free videos on YouTube. He's got one that he actually did like a month ago that I thought was pretty brilliant. It's a 30-minute video of how to do real estate marketing videos. And so he talks about what to talk about, what to do, what not to do, what apps, what programs. But yeah, video's a massive opportunity for you in your business. So I love that. Let me see if any other questions came through with opportunities. All right. So let me just make sure I covered everything here on the opportunities I wrote down. Yeah, I think mortgage reps, title companies, insurance reps, I think those are big opportunities as well. I call it piggyback marketing. But just, building those relationships, reaching out to some of these, other vendors, and seeing how you can help them in their business, or it's even just touching base with them, that's a great opportunity for you. So last one here, and we'll wrap up with this today. So we've talked about strengths. We've talked about weaknesses. We've talked about opportunities. Now, threats. A threat in your real estate business. And this is one thing I heard probably 10 years ago that still, I think, really, really rings true. And it's the sentence I'm going to highlight, put big and bold here on the screen, which is, if you aren't marketing to your past clients, someone else is. And this is something a lot of real estate agents, they just, Chris, you don't know my past clients. For whatever reason, that font's not working. But yeah, it's one of those things where I think you can't be naive that other agents, aren't marketing to your clients, because they are. And so if you think about what you are not doing in your business, so when we look at like some of these weaknesses, if you're not doing consistent follow-up with your past clients, you better believe someone has an uncle or a cousin or a brother or a friend, or someone that knows a real estate agent. Real estate agents are everywhere. And the other thing too is, if you look online, I mean, if I just go to my Facebook and I start scrolling through my timeline, I'm going to start to see a bunch of real estate agents just start popping up. So I'm constantly being marketed to. And it doesn't need to be, hey, I'm John Smith, buy a house with me. It can be an article that says 6 things to do if you're a homeowner. And now I click at that article and I'm reading this content and, oh, this is pretty interesting. John Smith really knows his stuff. It starts there and they plant a seed there. And then another 2 weeks, they see another ad pop up. If you're a homeowner, 5 things to avoid if you're thinking about selling. And now they click on that article and all of a sudden John Smith just asked for their name, email address, phone number, and he's got an address, and now they're marketing to him. If you do not believe that that's not happening right now, you're really, really naive in your business. That's a massive threat to you as a real estate agent. And I say that not to be mean or come off as like, you're missing and losing clients, but it happens all the time. It absolutely happens all the time. I saw a Facebook post the other day, and it was a real estate agent who was like offended that their friend went with another real estate agent. And it's one of those things. This type of stuff happens all the time, and so that's a threat in your business. So if we could, let's spend maybe 60, 90 seconds, and let's write out, if you guys could, send a few comments over of a few threats that you feel that you might have in your real estate business. About another 30 seconds here. What are some threats in your real estate business? Man, this is a great comment I just got. All right, so a couple more seconds. Any threats that you feel like you have in your business? So I'm just going to read this one comment that I think a lot of real estate agents can relate to. And I'm not going to call this agent out by name, so don't worry. I appreciate you sharing that, though. And it's not having a big enough marketing budget. And so that's a problem a lot of real estate agents have. When I used to cold call, and I'd ask clients, real estate agents, potential clients that wanted to buy a website way back in the day, what their marketing budget is. Agents kind of scratch their head and they say, I don't know. I don't really have one. That's my marketing budget. It's zero. So yeah, that's definitely a threat in your business. So how do you create a marketing budget? I always joke with agents, because anytime they sell a house, it seems like they go to Cancun or take a vacation. But maybe it's, instead of going to Cancun, maybe it's reinvesting in your business. Maybe it's setting aside $100 or $200 every single month, and hey, this is me reinvesting back into my business. So as we've covered some of these other topics, maybe one of your weaknesses, hey, I've always wanted to send a postcard, to my past clients. So maybe start doing some research and start budgeting, start saving some money towards those postcards. Ask Joan or ask around in your office, hey, you guys know of a good postcard company, that does postcards? This is kind of the idea. And you'll get a few different quotes, but you can start budgeting for it. But yeah, that's definitely a threat in your business, because if you don't have a marketing budget, that means you're probably not making enough money, which means you could be out of the business soon. And we've all seen that revolving door with real estate agents that come in and they think, real estate deals just happen. But no, you've got to spend money to make money in this business. You definitely do. So that's a big one. Any other comments on potential threats that you see in your business here? Read through some of these here. So, all right. So we'll go over a few other little topics that I mentioned here. So one thing I said is not feeding the beast in KV Core. So I'm not going to ask anyone to raise their hand right now, but who's not using KV Core in your business? Who's not feeding the beast? Who looks at KV Core as like this annoying tool that, Key Realty invested in, and you're just waiting for them to cancel and go to some other CRM in a couple months? Is that how you're looking at it? Or are you actually one of the agents that's, when we have these KV Core trainings, or when you have KV Core trainings, you're the guinea pig and they're saying, hey, John Smith has closed 4 transactions just from using the Craigslist auto poster on KV Core. Or, Chris is the guy that's actually generating a lot of leads from posting in Facebook groups using KV Core, using squeeze pages, using landing pages. So are you that agent that's not feeding the beast with KV Core? And this is something I always like to share, with agents when they're thinking about KV Core. Do you know that you'd spend a minimum of $500 a month just to have KV Core with 0 leads, just to have that piece of technology? Just think about that. There's a reason that platform, and they have thousands and thousands of users. It's because it's a brilliant technology. So, leverage that. Take advantage of that technology. The next thing I said here is not building your own business, but depending on your brokerage too much. I constantly talk to brokers and they say, Chris, my agents are just, they look at me like I'm mama bird and they just got their hand out waiting for me to feed them business. And so be the CEO of your business. No offense to Key Realty, but don't expect Key Realty to build your business for you. You as a business owner, you are your own CEO. So you've got to manage your finances. You've got to create your marketing budget. You've got to build your business. Key Realty is going to be a great coach and a great mentor and a great place for you to have your license. And they provide a ton of education. But at the end of the day, it's up to you as an agent to really take it to that next level. And so become the CEO of your business. That's something I love real estate agents when I talk to them, and they're constantly going to webinars or seminars. And they're constantly thinking of ways they can improve in their business. But it's awkward, right? Like I said at the beginning of this call, this is not something a lot of agents like to do. You get a guy like me who's getting on the phone and saying, hey, your baby's ugly and here's why. It's a difficult conversation, but you need to have it. You need to constantly be sharpening your sword in your real estate business. And then not doing open houses. I can't tell you how many agents come to me and they say, Chris, I don't have a marketing budget. And I ask them what they're doing and they're not doing anything. So that's a huge threat in your business. In my opinion, open houses is actually one of the best ways to generate buyers. And if you think about who's walking through those open houses, those are people that are willing to look at property. Now, I know there's some agent right now rolling their eyes in the back of the room. That's just a nosy neighbor that wants free donut holes. Yeah, there's going to be people who have a craving for donut holes, but there's also a lot of really potential good business coming through open houses every weekend. If you don't have any listings, find a top agent in your office that has 20 listings that doesn't have the time to do 20 open houses. There's constantly agents that I see, new agents that are hungry that are doing open houses, and you see what it does to their business. They did 1 transaction this month. Next month they did 2. The following month they do 3. And these are agents who have a 0 marketing budget, and they're in the grind. Not doing open houses. I think open houses is one that a lot of agents don't know how to do a good open house. And so they just don't see the value in it. So they just kind of dismiss it and open houses don't work. And those are probably the same agents that say, hey, Chris, internet leads suck. Yeah, internet leads, some of them do suck, but there's also a lot of them I have a lot of agents making millions of dollars off of. So, creating those opportunities for you. One last thing. Actually, I wrote that down, spending enough money on marketing as well. Co-marketing is something I would say 95% of my clients, they have a lender that's involved that's helping contribute or pay for my services. Same thing with all of like these CRM companies. They've got a lender, they've got, you know, multiple loan officers or insurance agents, or title companies or another agent, you know, helping chip in. Call marketing is a great way for you to really get your foot off the ground. And as I mentioned, start somewhere. So, I mean, with Facebook, you can literally spend $5 a day. Instead of going to McDonald's and getting your Happy Meal today, invest in your business, create a Facebook ad. And as I mentioned, there's tons of content for free that are available online for you guys. So, but yeah, with that being said, that was what I had here for us today. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone, and I'm going to go ahead and also stop recording.